Hello and welcome to another update video about Cardano. In this video we want to take a look at the updated ADA chart, and here it seems like that we have to do what I already mentioned when we were somewhere down here around 47 to 48 cents here a few days ago, because I presented to you two options. Regular viewers will know, we talked here about the possibility that this here was just a 1, 2, 3, 4 and a long 5. The problem I had with that was that the wave 3 was a bit too short. The wave 4 came down quite strongly. It didn't invalidate any rules, but in the end I rather opted for the option that up here this was a wave 3 and not a wave 5, because the wave 3 was a bit too short. But it seems like it's going that way, and an absolute valid count, because it didn't invalid or violate any Elliott wave rules here. This seems to be the more accurate count. Yeah, it didn't have any impact on the target up here that was reached, in my target area, and we're now coming down, as I already suggested yesterday in the video. Gave you here two scenarios for a shorter retracement in a wave 4 and a stronger retracement in a wave 5. And you can see that because we dropped below a certain level, I can't remember which one that was, I think 49.6, because we dropped below that level, it becomes very likely that this is not a wave 4 anymore, but in fact it is a wave 2. So therefore this is all currently going ahead based on one of these scenarios. And both, by the way, I did expect a pullback, so you were prepared. The question was only how deep is that pullback going to be, and now we see a little bit more structure here. And my view is that we have completed here probably a 5-wave move down in a wave A, finding the low at 47.7 cents, moving up in a wave B. Now I think this is where we currently are, and we can take a look at how much we are going to retrace with a high likelihood. And this is going to be in the region, again, all in terms of what's the highest likelihood, is between the 38.2% fib level and the 61.8 for a wave B, between 50.4 and 52.1 cents. So that means short term I do expect here a little bit of a price increase, unless it's a really short wave B. We already touched the 23.6% fib level, but that this already was the wave B would be unlikely. Not saying it's impossible, but it's unlikely. And from here then we would go a little bit higher, possibly following this channel, just as an option, and then come down in a wave C. Where could that wave C end? That would be the wave C within the wave 2, and with that 3-wave move, the wave 2 should be complete. So here this would go probably into the region between the 61.8 and the 50% fib retracement. So between the 45.8 and 47.5 cent levels. And this would where I would normally expect here a wave 2 to land. It can also go lower, for example here to 43.5 cents, the 78.6% fib level, but until we break below the 61.8, it doesn't really make sense to think about that. This is sort of what we would expect in a wave 2. Now the wave A is quite long, so indeed it could be the wave 2 gets longer, going down to the 78.6, but we just need to understand that now I'm expecting here a little bit of a shorter upside before we then come down once more. So the overall trend hasn't shifted again back to the upside. I think we need to wait here until this wave 2 is in. Bear in mind, anybody who tries to go long here, tries to trade this wave B. A wave B is always very, very difficult to trade. It is very unpredictable. It can be very long. It can also be short. So a wave B is always difficult and high risk. Okay. And after this wave 2 is done, we would then expect a wave 3 to the upside. That should create new highs, and we might get into the region above 60 cents with that wave 3, way higher than 60. But until we know where the wave 2 is ending, I can't really give you a wave 3 target. So nothing is changing, all basically going at the moment according to plan in this scenario. I made you aware of a pullback. We are in a pullback. Question is, how deep will the pullback be? I gave you a few likely options, and it doesn't change anything in the current scenario, in that we are still in an uptrend, in my opinion. The uptrend hasn't been broken yet. And also the scenario that we have possibly already have the low in here hasn't really become less likely. So it's all still within this scenario that doesn't need to change at the moment. Okay, so and yeah, that's my view here about Cardano. So hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.